This break brought to you by Netflix. Go to netflix.com/GameBreakerTV for a free 30-day trial. We have some mudslinging going back and forth. We have EA versus NPD. Somebody's panties are being really bunched right now. Jason has all of the insights on apparently some kind of guff that these guys have with each other. What's going on?
Yeah. Representatives from EA are saying that the sales reports that come from NPD, which, if you don't know, is a market research firm, they say the sales reports that comes from them are basically trash, that they don't take digital sales into account. And, of course, EA sells a ton of stuff digitally. They even mentioned in this little bit that they plan to go 100% digital. That's their supposed long-term plan for EA. Whereas NPD admits they don't have as good a snapshot of digital sales as they do physical sales. They say they track sales from, like, Walmart and GameStop. And that physical sales still count for 56% of the market, so you can't discount it entirely.
But that number is changing so quickly. It's changing so quickly. So
Sure.
Whose side do you take on this? I can't.
You can't say it, huh? Who is blowing the most steam, or possibly blowing the most origin? I don't know. Yeah, they both have good points. I mean, EA is right. The digital sales, and you say the same thing. Digital sales are an ever-increasing part of the gaming market, but EA doesn't have the greatest reputation right now. You have to think that at this point they'll almost say anything to avoid devaluing their IPs.
Of course, yeah,
whatever.
that does feel that way. Yeah.
Whereas NPD is right in saying that what sales they do track are significant. That it is still a decent chunk of the market, but they are definitely going to have to really ramp up their digital tracking one way or another. Since I don't think EA is going to go 100% digital. I think if nothing else, stuff for like collector's edition have to be physical, and there are going to be some people who still want to go to get a physical box copy of stuff. But it is going to be a bigger percent. The 56% number is just going to go up and up, or it's going to go down. 56% being physical is going to go down, and NPD is going to have to really find a way to track those online sales a lot better.
Right. No, that's true. So I know that you spend a lot of time tracking sales numbers and just sales, subs, everything. Like you must have just spreadsheets for days. I know you're always tracking this stuff. How do you see resolving these kind of differences would actually happen?
All those spreadsheets, and I don't even play EVE.
I know that is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I had to get it in there. Now, the thing is, people are just more. It seems to be that people are more likely to go with whatever source supports their views better. If NPD or Game Charts or some other kind of reporting industry like that mentions that sales, if they say that sales seem to jive with what they want, then it's totally accurate. But if it deviates from what they want, it's trash. And the thing is, any sales estimates, unless it comes direct from the publisher, are going to be that. They're going to be estimates. They take a limited number of sales data points and extrapolate that. I used to have to figure that out when I worked for a comics and games retailer for different trading card games, role-playing games. We had a certain number of retailers that wrote into us, told us their sales. We just kind of had to go from there and express those numbers as a sort of industry look at the industry, which we knew were not completely accurate, but at least gave you a sort of rough idea of where things were at. As an example, when the 38 Studios mess broke, I looked at a site to see what it said were sales of Reckoning. That said 1.12 million.
Uh-huh.
Now, Kurt Schilling later came out and said it was 1.2 million, which that's close enough. That's in the ballpark. I then used the same site to quote Skyrim sales, and a lot of people seem to think I was just completely off my rocker because everyone knows Skyrim sold 84 billion copies or whatever. And the point of it is, it's not good. It's not proper to just use one source. But if someone wants to say you're wrong when you use a source, have them back it up with a source of their own rather than just saying, well, I know that's wrong. Have them come up with something more valid than what
But my gut is way, way more trustworthy than your reputable source. I mean, I don't understand how this is like even a question right now.
It's even less trustworthy than a disreputable source. I mean, how often do we hear, this MMO is dead. It's done. It's finished.
Oh,
yeah. Then it goes on for another 6-7 years or whatever. So
that cuff statement. No, you're right. Yeah, it's the same way that we track people playing games. We use Xfire and Raptor as obviously it's not perfect, but trends don't lie. It's not like all of a sudden, all these players who were playing Star Wars Old Republic are now not using Raptor anymore. That's why it looks like nobody's playing it. I'm pretty sure that's probably not the case.
Sure.
So, yeah,
sure.
We do the same thing elsewhere for the same exact purpose, to track trends and whatnot. But yeah, no, my gut tells me that you're pretty much just Just making stuff up now, Jason. I appreciate it.
And at this point in the little fight that spawned this whole thing, who are you going to believe now, EA or pretty much anybody else?
I was just gonna say, oh, anybody else?
Maybe short of Congress.
All right, we won't go there, but thank you, thank you very much, Jason, and of course, stay tuned to This Week in MMO, where we talk about awesome general MMO and general gaming related news every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. This week's gonna be a little bit different because we have a U.S. holiday happening tomorrow, so check us out probably on Thursday or Friday, and of course, have a nice day.